In Puna, Bayabao, Lanao del Sur, the municipal COC did not reflect the true count at the precinct level. GMA got 4,700, while all opposition candidates got 0. Certified true copies of NAMFREL's ERs show that FPJ and the other opposition candidates did not get 0. A highly unusual occurrence in Lanao del Sur is observed where, based on the COC, data will show that 16.22% or 37,414 registered voters did not vote for a president, way past the normal statistical range of 2 to 8%. This is a clear situation of vote suppression, and the party most likely to commit it is the one that controls the resources and machinery by virtue of its being in power. And in Marawi City, and all throughout the province of Lanao del Sur, GMA votes were padded, while FPJ votes were shaved. In Marawi City, FPJ votes were shaved by 5,841, while GMA votes were increased by 7,105. Back to the ARMM, Sulu. In Pangotaran, dagdag bawas was done through erasures and inconsistencies in the number of votes, in figures and in words. Still in Sulu, in the towns of Paticol and Talipao, GMA votes were again padded while FPJ votes were shaved. In Paticol, vote discrepancy totaled 10,330, while in Talipao, vote discrepancy totaled 8,448. In Tawi-Tawi, the provincial COCs showed FPJ winning by only 16,000 votes or a total of 49,000 votes against GMA's 33,000. However, in the ERs and the NAMFREL count, FPJ got 60,436 and GMA only 16,631 votes. FPJ's margin in Tawi-Tawi should be 44,000. Review of available data shows how the provincial COCs have completely overturned election results reflected in the ERs. In summary, it is estimated that at least 1.5 million votes were suppressed, shaved, padded, and stolen by the GMA administration. And this number is based on examination and analysis of only a partial number of election forms by KNP. This means that if the examination encompasses all forms, the number could go higher. In Luzon, we have cases of fraud in at least 6 provinces and 6 municipalities. In the Visayas, we have cases of fraud in at least 5 provinces and 10 towns and cities. In Mindanao, we have cases in at least 7 provinces and 21 towns and cities. All in all, we have cases of fraud in at least 18 provinces and 37 towns and cities favoring GMA and K4. Apart from this figure of more than 1.5 million, PPCRV estimates that some 3 million voters have been disenfranchised. The gigantic increase in the number of voters, with an estimated padding of votes of some 3 million, paved the way for the massive, systematic fraud to be carried through by the GMA administration. The nationwide scale of electoral manipulation and fraud could not have been possible without well-entrenched operators coming from the bureaucracy itself. Even before the first vote was cast, the infrastructure for illegal campaigning and massive cheating had already been established by the GMA administration. Alarmed, various sectors raised crucial questions that mercifully begged for answers. In a May 28 open letter to the Philippine Congress, the church-led Coalition for Hope asked why the gigantic increase of registered voters from 38 million in 2001 to to 43 million in 2004, an average annual increase of 4.6%, or 2 times the annual population growth rate of 2.3%. Why the overprinting of 3 million ballots and 33,000 certificates of election returns duly authorized by the COMELEC but later officially denied? Why the appointment of 2 new COMELEC commissioners without the constitutional safeguard of congressional confirmation? Why the subcontracted printing of the most critical accountable forms, the certificates of election returns and the certificates of canvass, to private entities under unknown security arrangements? Why the cavalier dismissal of official protests against the administration's overuse of government funds, personnel, and official resources throughout the campaign period? These issues, ignored by the Supreme Court and COMELEC, suggest that the anomalies involve the highest offices in the land. Let us line up the modus operandi by which this administration stole the May 2004 elections. Flagrant use of the cabinet and the bureaucracy to undertake GMA's campaign. To illustrate, Malacanang issued a series of memoranda to the cabinet secretaries outlining their participation in GMA's campaign. The populace was subjected to an unrelenting barrage of print ads and so-called TV infomercials bearing the names of all sorts of government agencies. Plunder of government funds for GMA's personal political gains, which is tantamount to modified vote buying in the guise of public service delivery. It is also significant to note that the failure of Congress to enact the 2004 budget gave GMA the leeway to utilize the reenacted 2003 budget. Then there was Project GMA Mercury. This document, dated April 28, 2004, and addressed to Secretary Dodi Limcauco, exposes the sordid details of Project GMA Mercury. The administration employed even more insidious forms of vote manipulation, particularly the manipulation of survey results, exit polls, and quick counts in order to condition the public mind to expect a GMA victory.